In a beautiful village surrounded by green hills and colorful houses, there lived a young girl named Ada. Ada was loved by everyone. She was kind, respectful, and always willing to help others. Whenever she walked through the village, people smiled and greeted her warmly. Ada lived with her loving father Adam in a cozy house at the edge of the village. Although they didn't have much, their home was always filled with love, laughter, and happiness. Adam worked hard every day to give his daughter a good life, and Ada loved him with all her heart. One quiet afternoon, while Ada was cleaning the old storage room by herself, Ada noticed something hidden beneath a pile of dusty boxes. Curious, she carefully moved the boxes aside and found an old wooden chest. Her heart raced as she slowly opened it. Inside were faded photographs, old letters, and a dusty book that looked like it had been forgotten for many years. Without knowing why, Ada picked up the mysterious book and gently opened its first page. As Ada turned the first page of the old book, one name immediately caught her attention. Emily. She paused for a moment. She had never heard that name before. Curious, Ada continued reading, hoping to discover who Emily was. But with every page she turned, the mystery only grew deeper. That night, Ada couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious book. The name Emily kept echoing in her mind. Unable to sleep, she quietly got out of bed, took the old book, and opened it again. As she continued reading, she felt as if the book was trying to tell her a secret that had been hidden for many years. As Ada turned another page, her eyes suddenly stopped on a frightening message. Ugh, it read, "If anyone finds this book, be careful. Some secrets are not meant to be discovered." A cold shiver ran down her spine. She looked around her room nervously. Who wrote this message? And what secret were they trying so hard to hide? The next morning, Ada still couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious book. Instead of forgetting about it, she held it tightly against her chest and quietly left the house. She had only one question on her mind. Who was Emily? Determined to find the answer, Ada made her way to the home of the oldest woman in the village, hoping she could finally uncover the truth. When Ada arrived at the old woman's house, she greeted her respectfully and showed her the mysterious book. The elderly woman carefully looked at the cover. The moment she saw the name Emily, the smile on her face faded. Her hands began to tremble. She slowly looked at Ada and asked in a quiet voice, "My child, where did you find this book?" The old woman took a deep breath before speaking. Emily was one of the kindest young women this village had ever known, she said softly. Everyone loved her, but one day she disappeared without a trace. Some people believed she ran away. Others believed something terrible happened to her. From that day on, no one ever saw her again. Ada listened in silence. The mystery surrounding Emily had just become even deeper. As the old woman finished speaking, she reached into an old wooden box beside her. She slowly pulled out a faded photograph and handed it to Ada. Ada stared at the picture. The young woman in it looked strangely familiar. The more she looked at the face, the faster her heart began to beat. There was something about Emily that Ada couldn't explain. Ada looked closely at the photograph again. Her eyes widened in disbelief. The young woman in the picture looked almost exactly like her. They had the same bright eyes, the same warm smile. Even their faces looked alike. Ada couldn't understand it. "Who is this woman?" she whispered. "And why does she look so much like me?" Without wasting another second, Ada thanked the old woman and hurried home with the photograph in her hands. As soon as she saw her father, Adam, she showed him the picture. "Dad, do you know this woman?" she asked. The moment Adam looked at the photograph, his face turned pale. He stood there in silence. For the first time in her life, Ada saw fear in her father's eyes. Later that night, Ada noticed her father quietly leaving his room. He looked around carefully to make sure no one was watching. Curious, Ada followed him without making a sound. She watched as Adam stopped in front of a large bookshelf. To her surprise, he gently pushed it aside, revealing a hidden door behind it. Ada's heart began to race. She had just discovered a secret that had been hidden for years. Ada hid quietly as her father stopped in front of a large wooden bookshelf. To her surprise, Adam gently pushed the bookshelf aside. A hidden door slowly appeared behind it. Ada watched in amazement as her father stepped inside. After he was gone, she gathered her courage, walked to the hidden doorway, and carefully entered the secret room. Inside, she saw old photographs, letters, and memories covered in years of dust. Ada slowly walked around the secret room, looking at the old photographs hanging on the walls. There were dusty boxes, faded letters, and memories that had been hidden for years. As she searched, something inside an old wooden box caught her attention. She carefully picked it up and pulled out an old photograph. The moment she looked at it, she froze. Ada held the old photograph with trembling hands. At first, it seemed like an ordinary family picture. But as she looked more closely, her heart began to race. The woman in the photograph was Emily, and in Emily's loving arms was a little baby girl. Ada's eyes filled with tears. That baby was her. In that moment, everything changed. Emily wasn't just a name in an old book. She was Ada's mother. Unable to hold back her emotions, Ada rushed out of the secret room with the photograph. She found her father, Adam, and held the picture in front of him. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she asked, "Dad, tell me the truth. Is Emily really my mother?" Adam closed his eyes for a moment. He knew he could no longer keep the secret. The truth Ada had been searching for was finally about to be revealed. Adam took a deep breath and slowly sat down. For a few moments, he remained silent. Then he looked at Ada with tears in his eyes. "Yes, Ada," he said softly. "Emily is your mother." Ada stood there in shock. Everything she had believed for years suddenly fell apart. But Adam wasn't finished. There was still a much bigger truth she needed to hear. Adam looked at Ada with tears in his eyes. "My child," he said softly, "Emily is your mother. She never abandoned you. She disappeared to protect you from great danger." Ada stood in silence as Adam handed her an old letter. With trembling hands, she opened it. "My dearest Ada," the letter began. "If you're reading this, you have finally discovered the truth. I have loved you every single day. I had to leave so you could be safe. Please don't hate me." As Ada folded the letter, an old map slipped onto the floor. At the bottom were 3 simple words, "Find me, Ada." Tears filled Ada's eyes as she held the map tightly. She knew her life would never be the same. Before sunrise the next morning, Ada packed a small bag, took the letter and the map, and quietly left the village. She looked back one last time at her home before turning toward the distant mountains. With courage in her heart and hope in her eyes, Ada began the journey to find the mother she had never stopped loving. But she had no idea what awaited her on the road ahead.